Look here. Look at that. Maybe that's why I was smoking, huh? There'd be our problem, folks. This is catastrophic failure. Okay, I'm good. Let's go. All right. So you had the injectors replaced?
Yeah, it's somewhat recently.
Oh, man. This is kind of a bummer, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, well.
Apparently the engine was rebuilt 4 years ago.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, who did it?
We don't know. Yeah.
The guy, he didn't tell you? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, no. He must love the truck.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Yeah, it doesn't. It looks like it's pretty clean here.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, well. Let's get the motor out. How long is this going to take you to get out?
I'll have it out of the truck Monday.
How many hours?
I've done quite a few of these.
I know you have done. I'm asking you. We're gonna set our egg timer, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how long are you thinking? Get the cab up. Get it all the thing. Have it out on a stand, ready to go over to the machine shop. Tore down to a long block, ready to go to the machine shop. We got another one to put in it, don't we?
It'll be ready Tuesday or Wednesday.
So we got one ready to go right back in it.
But I think I can have it tore down in 8-10 hours.
All right, you hear that? Ready, set, go! Okay, hey, we got the motor out. You missed that step. We're so fast and busy around here, we kind of missed that step, but I want to show you something. So we pulled the motor out. Look here. Look at that. Now you can tell that that's been missing for a while. Come to find out, made a phone call. Look in here. Here's the culprit. That's what broke that tooth. Somebody put this motor in, and I don't know what they did, but you can tell that thing is lucky it didn't like go through the bell housing or something like that. But anyway, you never know what you're gonna find when you open up a can of worms. So Dylan is a new tech. Dylan, we're lucky to have him. He came down from Idaho and he's working out great. I love when I hire great people. I kind of hit him with it the other day. I challenged him. I said, how long is it gonna take you to get this out here ready for an engine stand? I think I pressed you to do it in 8, right? How long did it take you? You were an hour and a
half on Friday, and then about 5.5 hours a day. So 6.5, 7 hours to get to this.
Booyah, dude! We found this bolt in the bell housing. Besides that, I mean, that's, obviously that's a big screw up from somebody working on the thing before. Have you found, how's the turbo looking?
Good. He replaced it 2 years ago.
Cool. Okay.
He also just barely did injectors in it too.
Okay. How's the hoses and mounts, motor mounts?
Yeah, the motor mounts are still good and together. The hoses weren't in too bad a shape. He's not wanting to throw tons of money at it.
Yeah, but I mean, we got to make sure.
I've already recommended to do motor mounts.
You didn't want to do them?
Didn't want to do them.
We got one with a broken bolt in it though, don't we?
Yeah, so we're going to fix that. We're going to do the necessities. So we're going to just replace that bracket because it just.
How's the cooling system looking? I mean.
Yeah, it looks good. I recommend new water pump, new thermostats.
How's the radiator?
Clean the radiator out.
Is the radiator full of crap?
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible?
He did optic steam clean the engine.
You know what?
I recommended tranny cooler lines while we're here.
Where do you think all the, I mean, is this just engine oil that's been leaking on that diff?
His steering gear has been leaking, and it's just been blowing it
back, huh?
Yeah.
Boy, now'd be the time to do that.
Yeah, it would be.
Write it up. Are you going to put that on your write-up?
Yep, I already have.
Yeah, see, folks, this is something. Now, when I say folks, I'm talking about shop owners here, and I'm also talking about customers. Customers, you want your shop to tell you what's going on when you pull an engine out. Here's that broken bolt. I don't know why that's in the motor mount like that. The motor had been out. That's why the guy left the bolt in this bell housing. Was it a torque converter bolt?
Yeah, it was a torque converter
bolt.
This
guy, so the guy had the motor out or a tranny out and he lost the torque converter bolt. Instead of pulling it out and fishing it out of there, he just left it in there?
Yep.
Ooh, weak, dude. Whoever you are, you know who you are. You're out there, dude. Don't do that stuff. You know, man, you could have caused major catastrophic damage on this instead of that one tooth.
Starter only had one bolt in it too.
No way.
Yeah.
But anyway, see, so like when you see all this, and all this oil is coming out of the gearbox and just blowing back here, you know, you want your mechanic, you can get a discount on the labor to replace that while this is out. It's easier for the tech. He can get it cleaned up. Don't shoot the messenger. You know, if you've got questions about what he's recommended, ask those. But, you know, don't think or assume that they're not giving you good information. And I hear a lot about that on people bad-mouthing shops and saying, you know, we wish I had a shop like you, Dave. There's a lot of shops, great shops across this country. There's a ton of them. When you have a problem, maybe you should just open up lines of communication a little more and not jump to the conclusion that it's the shop. We all could do better about judging our fellow man, so to speak. Thanks. Oh, there'd be our problem, folks. Maybe that's why I was smoking, huh? Dropped a seat. Something, well, maybe not. I mean, that's bent valve.
Looks like it.
Well, look at this one too. I mean, it could be. Dropped a seat. Broke a guy, but it didn't drop a seat. The seat's still in there. It did not drop a seat. Maybe you got a broke ring, huh? Boy, it's coming out awfully smooth, like the ring's gone or something. No.
All there?
This thing sucks something in there. I bet if we maybe quiz the customer a little bit, somebody's working on this motor and was missing a bolt when they put it back together. This is the one that you're building in there.
Yes.
And he's
That's going to replace this.
okay. The customer told me that he had it built 5 years ago. I'm wondering if something's been rolling around in there and it finally cut loose and went through the engine. We might never know what it is, but we know it wasn't supposed to be there. We tore the engine out of this and we saw that broken bolt in the bell housing. Not a broken, it was left there and it had been smashed and it cracked the ring gear. It seized the ring. That's another thing. A lot of times, you know, guys, when you break a timing belt, you'll say the valve will hit the head. You'll pull the head off and you'll replace the valve. But this is also what happens, is the force of the hammer hitting that will smash the ringland and the ring won't float. So don't always suspect that just because you got it, this is really bad, but I have seen pistons that just barely, a valve will hit here on a gas engine and your ringland area is so close to the top that it'll pinch the ring. A lot of times working in shops, a lot of times the customer, they won't give you disclosure. They think that's in their best interest, not to tell you everything, like where it's been, who's been working on it. That's not true. Customers, don't do that. It is in your best interest to give full disclosure. You tell everything that you can come up with about that might be helpful to a mechanic, even if you don't think it's helpful. And especially if you don't want to tell them, that's what you need to tell them. It's kind of like the guy that's got a breathing condition, but he's afraid to tell his doctor, yeah, man, I smoke a pack a week because his wife might find out because he's been smoking at work. You gotta let that out and tell people that. This is catastrophic failure. Let's go look at the intake. Let's go see maybe if we can figure out what's going on here. This guy, I saw on a ticket, did he say that he had this motor built 5 years ago or something like that?
No, he's only owned this truck for less than a year.
Okay, so the one I'm talking about right now that's 5 years ago, that's not this truck.
No, he was just curious of the life of the motor that was already in it.
Okay, the motor is, we just found it ingested something. I mean, it didn't drop a seat. I mean, a piston is just destroyed.
Oh yeah.
And I can't tell what's gone through it. The cylinder head is, of course, whacked, ruined. So we got a bad core, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, it's ruined. Okay. It's ruined the head. So my question to you is, had it looked like the truck had just been worked on somewhere before you got it, like somebody had, the turbo up off of it or something and dropped a bolt down in it?
Yeah, someone definitely worked on it. Like I found the intake piece that goes into the Y bridge.
Show me.
Of course, it's all apart and clean now.
Yeah, it's all apart and clean, but
over here.
Yeah, tell me
so
what
I
was
found
going.
this intake piece that goes into the Y bridge. It was not fully seated. It was like barely in past that first O-ring. It wasn't even in all the way. And then he's got an aftermarket air intake on this as well too that I really don't like. And then we found mismatched bolts. So this sits in the valley between the two intake manifolds.
Okay, gotcha.
That sits there.
Gotcha.
And then this sits here.
Okay.
And then you have an air intake that bolts onto here that then goes to your intercooler pipe.
Yeah.
And then you can see
Look
right
at this.
Here.
This is broken.
Yeah.
You need a new one. This isn't going back on his truck if he wants a warranty. I need factory air filters. Okay, so we can get an air box out of a junkyard.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm gonna just say it right out loud. This is a ripoff. You put this kind of stuff in your truck because you think it's shiny and it's good. You're sucking hot air off the engine compartment and it ain't filtering anything. Stop it. I think I'm gonna call the customer. I need to get some more info here because anytime I open up a can of worms like this and it starts to stink, I mean stink. I want my customer to help me out. I need that. I need full disclosure. Is he a pretty full disclosure kind of guy?
He's been really good, yeah. He's only owned the truck for so long.
For like how long?
He said maybe a year.
Oh, this poor cat.
Yeah.
Now, did he tell you that he had worked on it or somebody else had before he brought it to me?
He did mention he just put fuel injectors in it before taking it down. That was
Who did that?
He did, in attempt to remedy the issue.
Oh, no.
So the injectors only have 10 minutes on them.
Oh, no. So the issue with the smoking and the running bad was already there before he put injectors in.
It was pre-existing.
Okay, I got to calm down because I want to call his customer and be helpful to him. I don't want him to hear my aggravation in my voice. So I'm going to do some yoga right now. Mechanic yoga. Okay, I'm good. Let's go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Zachary?
Yeah.
Zachary, this is Dave from Dave's Auto. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, listen, I've got your truck apart, and normally I don't get involved in talking to customers, except when it becomes extremely interesting, and you become extremely interesting to me. Do you mind?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. That's you got that right. It's usually not good, but mate, we're gonna try to make it a little better for you. We got your engine out. We're putting another engine in it, like you contracted us to do. I want to talk to you. I'm gonna get to some things that we've discovered, and I kind of need to know as much as I can from you. Now, Donald tells me that you bought the truck about a year ago.
Yeah.
And then I guess you were having some running problems, so you decided to do injectors yourself?
Yeah, that's kind of what we thought was the issue. Then we put the injectors in and found out that number 4 cylinder had no compression.
Have you had it worked on before that by anybody since you bought it?
The guy I bought it from paid somebody to build a motor for it. And when he paid him, I think he went in and did a not very good job, if he even built it at all. And so once he got the truck back, the guy that did the motor closed up shop and then kind of disappeared.
Oh, you know,
Then when he got the motor, had nothing but issues with it, just kind of went through fixing this, that, and everything as they went.
how long had the truck been with the check engine light while you were driving it with, you know, before you threw injectors at it to try to fix it?
Well, not very long. I don't know.
Okay.
Not even, I mean, I didn't. Once it kind of lost that, what I thought was the injector, I mean, I parked it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Didn't drive it after that.
Well, let me tell you what we found, and it's kind of disturbing, and that's why I got on the call. It's not going to change the quote. Usually when I do this, people go, "Oh my gosh, it's going to be more."
Yeah.
That's not what I'm calling you about. First thing we noticed when we pulled the engine out, you got a tooth broken off of the flex plate, or they call it the flywheel. And
Yep.
there's a tooth broken off. Has Donald spoke to you about that yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we found a bolt that was left in the bell housing, one of the torque converter bolts. So I'm going to say the guy that said, you know, that your friend bought this or had the engine do, I think the engine did come out.
Okay.
And the more I look into the type of work that was done on it, yeah, the guy, I'm glad he closed up shop and he left. I'm sorry that that your friend was the recipient of poor work. It's not good for our industry when that kind of stuff happens. But
Yeah.
I'm glad the guy's out of, hopefully he's out of business totally and he's not working somewhere else. But so anyway, so we found a bolt that he didn't tighten or was loose in the bell housing, caused some damage there. So we can get that fixed. But now we're tearing your engine down. Now you're getting a remanufactured engine from us, but we're now tearing down your core or your engine to determine what's going on. And we pull off the cylinder head, and you got that piston number 4 that is just destroyed. And
Really?
yes, Donald will send you pictures. We'll get you some more photos over to see the damage. But this motor ingested, I don't know what, but it's probably a bolt or something like that when someone was working on it. Now, I wanted to talk to you and see if you could help me determine maybe what it was, but I don't think we'll ever know.
Yeah.
So a crime has been committed, but I don't know that we're going to know who the culprit is.
Well, it doesn't surprise me with everything my friend had told me about what he experienced after he got this thing back from the mechanic that he had do the work. So.
But we'll get it fixed, and we'll give you back a great product, I promise you.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. The type of people we like to work for. He just wants a good product, and he's willing to understand that sometimes things get found out that aren't very good.
We finally got the Duramax installed here. Dylan did a great job. The old man Dave, I let him have some time off. He's been working pretty hard, so I figured let him go fishing, which he's having a great time and catching some awesome fish. So in his leave, we're gonna fire this truck up, hear how it sounds, see if we have any smoke, and we'll take it for a run, see how it performs. Look at that. Beautiful, no smoke. You gotta love the sound of a Duramax. Let's go take it for a spin. Let's see how this boy goes. We're gonna hammer on it. So, I'm a Cummins owner, and I think people know that by now, but dang it, you gotta love a Duramax. So this is our tow monster build. It's something that we put together to be really durable, but powerful, and giddy up. It goes. I hate driving a Duramax as a Cummins owner because it's fun. I mean, they're a great truck. There's pros and cons to everything. There's a lot of pros to this, and it runs good. Let's give it one last pass here. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all.